All right, back to it now. Corey Lewandowski, obviously somebody you know involved with being part of the Trump universe many, many times. He joins me now here as we are just 5 days out from the election. Just trying to clean up the garbage around here we are. Corey, welcome back to the program.
Well, thanks for having me, Steve. Appreciate it.
I thought McDonald's was brilliant. I did. For Donald Trump being there making French fries and so forth and working the drive-thru. But throwing on the safety vest and jumping up in the cab of a garbage truck after Joe Biden called Trump supporters garbage might have been even more brilliant on the spur of the moment. What a remarkably smart play to troll the Democrats with 5 days to go. I mean, this is the sort of thing that people identify with. A working class guy fighting for them, right? I mean, this is just genius.
You know, Steve, there are going to be 4 pictures in this campaign that people are going to remember. Donald Trump's mugshot, Donald Trump getting shot, being at McDonald's, and the garbage truck. And if that doesn't define who the blue-collar billionaire is every day and who he's fighting for, then nothing does. People look at those iconic photos, and they say, that's a man who cares about this country and is putting country above self and is fighting for me every single day. And by the way, when Donald Trump said, hey, you know, Marco Rubio went up on the stage and told Donald Trump of what Joe Biden had just said. And Steve, I don't think that was a mistake by Joe Biden. I think Joe Biden is a very angry man. I think he saw Vice President Harris out the ellipse and said, how come I'm not part of this? Because you and I both know Joe can't turn on a laptop and get on a Zoom by himself. So somebody did this to him, right? And so once Donald Trump heard about this, he said, listen, I got a great idea. Get me a garbage truck. It just so happens that when we landed in Wisconsin yesterday, those vehicles are literally produced 100 miles away from where we were. So they had it done, ready, and this was his idea to get in that truck and to hold a press conference, and it blew people's minds. It was iconic.
Yeah, it was iconic. He holding an impromptu press conference from the cab of the truck. Oh, by the way, Corey, just so you know, breaking on ABC News, Donald Trump not allowed to drive that truck. He does not have a CDL. Just so you know, because ABC has made me aware that he's not allowed to drive that truck. And he can't drive a forklift either.
Oh, my God. You know, Steve, they're so concerned about what Donald Trump can't do, they won't tell us what Kamala Harris will do because she has no plan for America. And so, look, Donald Trump wasn't driving the truck yesterday, but it was a direct response to Joe Biden calling tens of millions of Americans pieces of garbage. And then what did we see across these media outlets by and large? Oh, well, he was talking with an apostrophe. I didn't know we talk in apostrophes, Steve, in my world. You are a professional talker. Do you talk with apostrophes? It's just not how it works.
No.
But they're such apologists for the Harris-Biden administration, and they see what is slipping away from them in 5 days. They know this election is going the wrong way, and they are so desperate to hold on to their power and influence that they will say and do anything.
They will say they will do anything, but let me ask you about this. I got brand new polling here in Michigan. Mike Rogers leading Alyssa Slotkin. Brand new poll released just a short time ago from Mitchell Research and Michigan News Source. That's the first poll since the 1st of October that has Mike Rogers, the Republican, ahead in this race for a vacant seat, or a seat that'll be vacant, right? So open seat, I guess they call it. And then Donald Trump leading by 1.1% of Michigan. But people have to vote. This is all good indicators because 4 out of the last 7 polls in Michigan showed Trump winning. 2 of them were tied, and just 1 shows Harris winning. The momentum is with Donald Trump, right? How does he close the deal?
Steve, it's very simple. Look, we're going to be back in Michigan tomorrow, which is I think Friday. I've been on the road a lot, so we're back in Michigan tomorrow. We got 3 stops today. We're in literally New Mexico, Nevada, and Arizona today. Then we come to Michigan tomorrow. We're going to be back there on Monday, tomorrow and Monday, of course. Here's where we are, Steve, okay? He closes the deal by telling everyone what he's going to fix. Donald Trump is the fixer, okay? And giving people more economic opportunity, more economic freedom, and you couple that with the notion of security for your family by closing the border and finishing the wall, and all of a sudden people say this is a common sense election. And when you ask a simple question, are you better off today than you were 4 years ago by every discernible metric, the answer is no. So Kamala Harris has no policies that are different than Joe Biden. Slotkin is the same. She'll be a rubber stamp for the Harris-Walz administration, which is not good for the people of Michigan. Donald Trump is going to make sure that the car manufacturing industry comes back and brings the state back. And so, look, Mike Rogers has run a phenomenal campaign. They tell me he's got the best ground game in all of America right now in his state. That's worth 1 or 2 points, which isn't showing up in the polls. And that polling data, which you've just released, tracks very closely to what we're seeing in other places. And when Donald Trump wins Michigan, Mike Rogers wins Michigan. We win in Ohio, which means we have another U.S. Senate seat. We picked up the seat in West Virginia. We're going to win the one in Montana. And all of a sudden, Chuck Schumer goes from being the majority leader to the minority leader.
Well, here's
and we've
my
got an
take
opportunity to change this country.
Here's my take on it, Corey. If Mike Rogers, if this is to be believed, and Mike Rogers, and look, Steve Mitchell runs a great polling company. It's the most accurate polling company in Michigan, right? Has been, according to Nate Silver, not according to me, according to the left. But that means every Rust Belt state is in play, not just Michigan, but Ohio, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. If there's a good night for the Republicans, and I have every reason to believe, because here's where the crosstab on this Michigan poll is wildly interesting. Donald Trump's winning men, we know that. But 18 to 29-year-old men, it's 70 to 28. It's a 52-point lead. 42-point lead, excuse me. 70 to 28. It's an incredible lead among young men that are lining up with Donald Trump, which would mean, yes, you've got West Virginia. Looks like Montana's pretty well over. If you pick up 2 of the 4 states in the Rust Belt right there, 53 seats, get a bonus somewhere. Maybe you get a bonus in Arizona. Maybe you get a bonus in Nevada. Who knows if you have a good night, right, Corey? The sky's the limit potentially. Don't want to talk about a red wave. Don't want to talk about any of that nonsense. Just want people to go vote.
Steve, that's right. Listen, if you have an opportunity to vote early, go do it. Look, we're seeing very positive numbers in Wayne County, a place that has historically not been good for Republicans. But the African-American vote is turning out in record numbers, particularly African-American men, where Donald Trump is getting north now of 25% of those people because they've understood what the policies of this administration have done to them. So if you've got an opportunity to go vote, do that now. And the reason, Steve, is because once your vote is in the bank, we don't have to spend time, money, and resources chasing you to get you to show up. So once you put that vote in the bank, go get it done. Don't force us to chase you, particularly if you're a Donald Trump supporter. We want to be chasing those low-propensity voters, those individuals who don't vote on a regular basis. Let us spend our money turning those people out to educate them of the policies of Donald Trump and not spending our money on the people who we know are going to support Donald Trump. So if you can help us do that, get out and vote. Make sure you're voting early, and let us go chase those people who don't normally vote so that we can win.
Right. I agree with that. And by the way, here's one other little breadcrumb from the trail, if you will. Donald Trump was going to go to Saginaw tomorrow, right? I know because America's Voice is going to send me to cover it. Now they're sending me to Warren, Macomb County Community College, Macomb Community College. Apparently, the numbers in Macomb County are really, really good for Donald Trump right now. Macomb County being one of those bellwether counties. You're up the score in Macomb, you win the state. The number's really good. They decided, you know what? Let's go continue to run up the score. Forget Saginaw. Let's go run the score up as much as we can. Pretty good strategy, Corey. Real quick, I'll give you the last word.
Steve, very simply, look, we're outperforming in a number of places, but we need to turn out the people in the counties that matter the most. Macomb happens to be one of those. We know that. Donald Trump is going to be there. We're going to expect a capacity crowd. But listen, Michigan has the opportunity to be the linchpin. Listen, we put a lot of resources into Michigan, a lot of resources into Pennsylvania. When Michigan delivers for Donald Trump, it sends him to the White House.
Correct.
Once we win, and then we have an opportunity to change this country for the better. So please, get out and vote early, get your vote in, and let's go win this thing in 5 days.
Corey Lewandowski, thank you so much.
Thanks, Steve.
Greatly appreciated, everybody. Quick break. I'll be back with Ivy.